Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line. Do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stylists go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put...
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see the dynamic Alvin Kamara. He was stellar a week ago, piling up the yards and finding pay dirt twice.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? From the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by last year's Super Bowl champion QB and his 14th NFL season now out of Georgia, Matthew Stafford. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Stafford. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. A give to Kamara running right. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Bears at 5-3 now on the year. And they come in playing some pretty decent football, 5-3 over their last 8.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Quite the opening drive match they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12. Second down, Kamara. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now 2nd down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw.
Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this defense delivers. Downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Now Hill looking to throw on first. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up as safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being...
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
They run it again with Kamara. And he's across.
territory. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. A 10th carry for Kamara. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
They snap it to Stafford. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. CD, you remember John Elway?
How can I forget John Elway and how many NFL defenses? So glad he's no longer throwing the ball around.
Well, Elway threw for 51,475 yards, and we just saw him go past that number for career passing yards.
That means his career now as memorable as John Elway's, and that's a pretty significant accomplishment.
Man, what an accomplishment it is. Congratulations. And he's still doing it. Still doing it at a high level. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford. This will be caught by Brown. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Stafford now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Now the try here for the extra point. And this is good as they extend it out now to a 9-0 lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So Miami coming out for their second drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start. Is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here, because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple and get the Monday bye, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Now a throw here to his running back. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they'll run with Sanders. And that one going nowhere for the Stars. He's made the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fielded just inside the 20. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Bears take over. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Kamara trying the right side. They juked him. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Stafford out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
A nice stick and stop for a loss here from Jalen Phillips.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Again, it's Kamara.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. To throw is Stafford. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. And that is incomplete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle, because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. This is caught. Touchdown, Bears! Hollywood, Marquise Brown from 21 yards away. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And that will make this a 16-point lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it's Hollywood, Marquise Brown, who finishes it off with the touchdown.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something, being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime.
35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. Hill looks to throw. Flushed out right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Here's Hill. He finds Corey Davis. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. A final shot before break. Hill. And this one complete to Smith. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
To throw again on second down. Hill
goes right back to Smith again.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Another run here with Sanders. A little juke. And he's got some space
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. Hill looking to throw for it. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
What are you doing?
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Coming left is Kamara. They find some open field here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 69 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Delay of game,
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 1st down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get the penalty yardage back plus 5 more as they get it to 2nd and 5. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Delay of game,
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Here's Stafford. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing is Stafford.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Marquise Brown with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bears go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff. as they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Miami set to take over. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
We're glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Hill now to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now at Soldier Field. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Hill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Hill. Looking left side. That's caught by Moore. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Off of play action. Hill. This one into the hands of Burton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Demario Davis there on the stop.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Now Hill. It's caught. Smith.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Reinforcements come in as they're going to stop the line. And that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Desperation time on 4th for Hill. Smith catches left side. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game. But, boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A little jet sweep to start the drive.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Hill. Yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. They'll run to Sanders, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Hill. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in Vegas.
Touchdown, Dolphins! Miles Sanders. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Dolphins use the short field to get in for 6. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awful.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration, because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Stafford. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Stafford now to throw. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still first down.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Stafford going to throw it. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Stafford. He's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line. That will nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
These guys certainly not happy what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about 4. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 2nd and very short, Stafford. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he's across for a touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Koo now for the point after. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Dolphins now down by 15. A little over 40 seconds to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Hill on first down. Into the hands of Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. From the gun, here's Hill. And that's complete to Davis. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 8, and defensively they'll say you can have that. So it's the Bears who come away with the victory. And this one, Charles, and too much Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, he was in complete control of this offense. He had 3 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And to be honest, he really made it look easy out there.
So for Chicago, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it on the road, on the curve, on the block. I was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, that meant a lot. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a 2, I paid it out the phone. Yeah, tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket crew, one for me and one for you. Yeah, like with the roof. The chain don't cut me loose. Yeah, I'm off the chain, I'm off the noose. Yeah, get him picked off Bentley, white like cotton. Residential so good, my doors don't gotta lock 'em. Watch the dirty money with Oxy. I miscount cause I'm off yeah, these bigger than a damn proxy. Call my he said copy. Get that plug like a boogie. I like riches, hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody. I just scraped it off the top, cut it on the road, on the curve, on the block. I was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, that meant a lot. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a 2, I paid it out of
toys, convoys, 100 carats on my neck, my boy. That 100 bunny rabbits tryna get my boy. From the cabbage I collect, my boy. Heard you is gorillas, let me check, my boy. Say nothing silly, you regret, my boy. Cause we got banana on the my boy. And I can send it in a text, my boy. Thumbs up or the emoji with the flex, my boy. Personalize every threat, my boy. Toll free, that's direct, my boy. And if you need a couple, I'm the connect, my boy. Off the top, I just scraped it off the top, cut it on the road, on the curve, on the block. I was already sold.